In today's lesson, we'll be learning about the cosine law. The cosine law is similar to the sine law. It can be used to find unknown angles such as this one, or this one. It can also be used to find unknown sides. It can be used to find the length of this side, or this side. Take a look at this arrow. We're going to be using this arrow to help us with the cosine law. This would be considered the end of the arrow. Meanwhile, this would be considered the tip of the arrow. I would consider this and this as the sides of the arrow. At the very top, you'll see the cosine law. It looks pretty complicated. However, we'll be using this green arrow to help us understand it better. Lowercase c is actually the end of the arrow, while uppercase C is actually the tip of the arrow. And last, A and B are actually the sides of this arrow. The cosine law can be pretty difficult to remember and to use. Here's a shortcut to help you. This is the end of the arrow, while these are the sides of the arrow, and this is the tip of the arrow. When using this arrow shortcut, it should always be pointing towards an angle. Lowercase c is the end of the arrow, which is what we're looking for, while A and B are the sides of the arrow. And last, capital C is the tip of the arrow. Once we figured out what is the end of the arrow, the sides of the arrow, and the tip of the arrow, we can replace these letters with numbers. Since we don't know what C is, since that's what we're looking for, we're going to leave it alone. I'm going to replace A with one of the sides. I'm going to use 7. I'm going to replace B with one of the sides. The other side, I'm going to replace it with the number 8. The subtract 2 stays exactly the same. I'm going to replace A with the number 7 and B with the number 8 once again. I'm going to leave the bracket over here, and I'm going to replace capital C with 50 degrees. Now this looks a little bit strange. This looks like negative 278. It's not actually negative 278. It's actually negative 2 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 8 and then multiplied by whatever this is. So I'm going to write a little dot in between just for me to remember that I need to multiply these. I'm not going to be showing you how to do this calculation today, but this is how you replace letters with numbers in the cosine law.